Hello there, I'm about to provide some audio to this exercise video you're about to watch. Enjoy. It should be appearing on your screen about now. First up, we have got the Romanian Deadlift or the hip hinge. So I'm using a band there, which is quite useful because you kind of pull against it to keep that tightness in the upper back. You're looking to feel this, so this is almost like an active mobility exercise, really good for the hamstrings, really good for the glutes, and also good for just maintaining that neutral spine. If you're feeling a little bit fancy, you can add in some shoulder flexion. Good posture, Andy, well done. And that one once more. Again, it's quite tricky to do that and then not overarching the lower back, so it's always good to film yourselves with these. Next one up, we've got the tried and tested bodyweight squat. So again, just control on the way down, chest stays nice and high. You can use the hands as a little bit of a counterbalance, toes turned out, knees turned out, just slow and steady. Profile shot, control on the way down, more flexion at the knee. Again, hands out in front as a bit of a counterbalance can work quite well, as long as you don't end up kind of folding forward, that head and chest up at all times. If you're like an advance on that is again bringing shoulder flexion in, so deep squat and then arms up overhead. That's a lot harder actually. Doesn't look particularly challenging, but it kind of shifts your center of balance a little bit. What we got next? So when that caption goes up the way, you'll notice that my heels are elevated. So especially, yes, there's like a little ramp there, but you don't have to use that. You can use like the edge of a mat, any little platform really. But when you raise your heels like that, it allows you to get better depth, especially if you've got tight calves. It just makes life a lot easier. Straight from squats onto the lunge, a nice little shot at the gym there. I quite like reverse lunges, slightly kinder on the knees if people struggle. Again, you can add an overhead reach there, so you get a little bit more of a stretch. Actually, that can help with balance. You can do both hands as demonstrated. And there are ways you can kind of tweak this and add a little bit of difficulty. You can add rotation, so just kind of anchoring yourself on the front knee, opening up the chest, so you get a little bit of a stretch across the pecs as well, which is always good. Nice upright posture. I won't tell you how many times it took me to film these. Palof-press, so that's just attached to a machine off to my right hand side. And again, this is one of them ones that looks really simple, and obviously depending on what tension of band you use, you can make it easier or harder. But the idea is the hips stay facing forward, the glutes stay nice and tight, and you're either holding it just out in front, or you can start adding in rotations as well. The minute that band or your hands get away from the torso, things get tricky and you'll feel yourself being pulled to one side. And you use the core muscles to keep yourself upright. Next one, similar thing. So you just go into a split stance or like a lunge position. So again, maybe if you've got slightly tight hip flexors, this can work quite well. But the principles remain the same. Arms out in front, and then you can either rotate or extend overhead. Oh, hello, change of location. We're back in the house. So glute bridges, again, just because some people struggle to feel it in the glutes. So like a basic glute bridge, just lifting your bum and your hips up there, keeping the torso nice and straight. And then again, if that's too easy, if you've never done it before, then maybe stick with the two legs. But if you want a little bit more of a challenge, start doing what I'm showing here, which is single leg variations and kind of switching feet while you're elevated. So what will happen there is you'll feel your kind of feet shifting. You'll feel your weight shifted in the hips. So if you lift one leg up and suddenly your hips completely collapse, you know maybe you've got something to work on, but it should be, again, like body, torso nice and rigid, control on the way down, and then squeeze the glute on the way up, push the hips up, exchange feet, shift weight across. And I like these done at that kind of tempo because there's no real kind of benefit to blasting them out. You kind of lose the point of what you're trying to do, and it also just lets you feel the muscles you're trying to work, namely the glutes and hamstring.
I hope that was helpful.
If you have any questions on any of the movements or you want me to elaborate further, please feel free to stick a message in the comments or ping me a message. I'm happy to answer them for you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Take it easy. Bye bye.